Can you feel it building beneath the city's heartbeat? The restless energy, the quiet storms brewing in the locker room, the electric hum of possibility that's louder than any Ford Field roar we've heard in years? Has the NFC North ever looked so volatile, so on the edge of collapse and rebirth all at once? What if this season doesn't just rewrite the standings, but reshapes the very soul of this brutal division? Mash that like button and drop your belief in the comments if you're ready for the Lions to flip the script and stake a claim that echoes far beyond Detroit. Because insiders and whispers swirling around the league aren't just idle chatter. They're seismic, and they're sending shockwaves through every one of our rivals' front offices. Front office whispers have hinted at moves bold and unseen, moves that could fracture the iciness of our most bitter contests and tilt the scales in the Lions' favor for years to come. Don't look now, but if these rumors hold water, the NFC North won't just shuffle the deck, it will crack wide open. And what I'm about to share, this isn't just another trade talk or coaching shuffle. This is the kind of revelation that redefines everything we thought we knew about this team and our fierce division. John Morton stepping seamlessly into the role of offensive coordinator is that revelation. Yes, Ben Johnson's departure sent tremors through Detroit, but Morton's arrival means continuity blended with innovation, a rare bridge between last season's dominant 15-win masterpiece and a new chapter waiting to be written in flames. His previous stint with the Lions was enough to hint at untapped potential. But now with the offense stacked like never before, Jameer Gibbs rumbling, David Montgomery slicing seams, and an aerial attack hungry to roar, Morton could be the architect that harnesses all this talent into a symphony of destruction. And it goes deeper. Defensively, the return of Aid Hutchinson and Ali McNeil could turn this unit from good to legendary. Remember how Hutchinson's breakout flashes last year had us dreaming of Defensive Player of the Year? Imagine a full season with him healthy. This team is star-studded, battle-tested, and fueled by a fan base that knows every near miss, every heartbreak, every rebuild since the days when this city's roar was barely a whisper in the NFL landscape. Detroit's history has been littered with punches thrown, but corners not quite turned. The 90s droughts, those crushing playoff blows where we were just inches away. The defense that almost roared like 57, but didn't quite find its stride. We bleed blue and silver for glory that's been invited but never fully taken. And now, the hunger is a beast unleashed. But here's the twist. What if this dark horse blend of veterans and rising stars ignites not just a playoff run, but the fiercest, most relentless charge this division has seen in decades? What if the chemistry in that locker room, already a cauldron of ambition, explodes into something we've only glimpsed in dreams, breaking the mold of what a Lions team even looks like? What if, for once, Detroit's relentless underdog fire burns down every doubting naysayer, steamrolling past the Vikings' flashy talent, the Packers' storied legacy, and the Bears' rising ambitions? The stories we'll tell if this squad clicks, if those pieces meld, will be referenced for generations. And here's the chilling, but what if any of this fractures our fragile harmony? Losing Ben Johnson and Aaron Glenn could have been a crack in the armor. The trust, the unspoken bonds, the rhythm, they matter now more than ever. What if internal tension bubbles over in the heat of expectation? What if the pressure of defending a historic 15-win season snaps at the seams of this promising Detroit? Pride, as fans, we live in those moments between hope and heartbreak, knowing full well that glory is Pyrrhic without the pain that precedes it. Yet if all the stars align, and the rumors become reality, if that final domino in the off-season falls, it might unleash the wildest Lions off-season in history, a perfect storm of strategic genius, player development, and raw Detroit grit. The division will look at us differently. Opponents will come with fresh wariness. And us, we will stand tall, roaring louder than ever, because this is more than just football. It's a long-awaited reckoning, and it's coming soon. But for now, the clock's ticking, and the city waits, breathless, for the shape of things to come. All right, If you've got fire in your chest and Detroit grit in your bones, I want you to light up those comment sections with your wildest predictions, because this Lions story isn't just brewing. It's about to blow the lid off everything we thought was possible. Picture this. A single ripple from Morton's playbook sparks a domino chain that sends shockwaves through the NFC North locker rooms, a seismic shift that leaves Green Bay's precision trembling, Minnesota's swagger cracking, and Chicago scrambling to rewrite their scripts. What if this isn't just about another wild card bid or a first-round upset? What if this is the dawn of true dominance in a division that's long been Detroit's crucible of heartache? We've seen it all here, the agonizing shadow of that 0-16 season that haunted us like a bad dream, the slow grind of the Caldwell era that felt like a weight dragging us deeper into obscurity, playoff appearances snatched away just when hope ignited, and those celestial Megatron moments that teased us with greatness before fate intervened. But now, Ford Field isn't just a stadium. It's a battleground vibrating with history's echo and a new promise. A fortress where the ghosts of past failures are confronted, and the roar of 60,000 fans feels primal, unstoppable. And this isn't just nostalgia. It's raw reality, tangling with destiny. The pressure cooker of expectations could break the locker room steel or forge it into an unbreakable blade. Will veterans like Jamal Williams and Amon-Ra St. Brown anchor this storm of ambition, or will the youthful sparks clash before they ignite? Imagine rival coaches sweating over game film, scrambling to counter a Lions lineup that blends brutal power with slick finesse, an offense that rips through defensive lines with the ferocity of a lion hunting in its prime. A defense that swarms, like the ferocious beast we've waited decades to see realize, led by stars who wear the city's pain and pride on their sleeves. And that's just scratching the surface, because Detroit's story is never just about football. It's about a city battered but unbowed, a fan base that has endured generations of torment and near misses, holding on to that fragile hope that this could be the year Lions roar back into their throne. We think about the wild card heartbreaks that shattered our souls more times than I can count, the slights that fueled our disdain for the North's rivals, the way every close call felt like a knife twisting deep into pride. But now, there's a pulse beneath the pain, a surge of anticipation that could explode in a glorious eruption of playoff glory. So, what if this team finally breaks through the glass ceiling that's held us captive for so long? What if every snap, every tackle, every heart-pounding touchdown becomes a declaration, a message carved into the history books that Detroit Lions don't just play for survival, they battle for legacy? And what about the ripple effects? Will the Vikings crumble under new pressure? Will Aaron Rodgers' shadow over Green Bay fade in the face of a Lions renaissance? Could Chicago look to Detroit not as an underdog any longer, but as the new standard-bearer of the division's heart and soul? But beneath all that thunderous hope, there lurks the jagged edge of risk. The weight of expectations could fracture the bonds forged in sweat and tears, or it could cement this team in the annals of legends with the fiery heat of Detroit steel. The clock ticks, rivalries simmer, and the city's pulse accelerates as everyone waits for that signal, the first crushing tackle, the first electric interception, the first unstoppable touchdown run that ignites a firestorm no one saw coming. So Lions fans, what do you see when you close your eyes and picture that moment? A triumphant roar echoing off polished concrete, a sea of silver and blue surging forward like a tidal wave of redemption, or the quiet electric hush right before everything changes forever. The fate of the franchise, the pride of the city, the weight of decades of longing, everything hangs in the balance, ready to tip with a single play, a single spark. So tell me, when the first Lions roar cuts through the cold night air this season, will we be hearing the cry of conquest or the echo of dreams deferred one more heart-wrenching time? Detroit's waiting, hungry, and the only question left is, who's got the courage to answer the call?